next story is AB InBev revives a plan for Hong Kong listing. That could be huge for their stock. All right, that's Budweiser. All right, Budweiser being able to be sold or listed listed on the Hong Kong listing gives people in Hong Kong an opportunity to buy into the stock. That could throw a lot of money behind Budweiser. The IPO flakiness, though, is continuing to explore an IPO in Hong Kong in its Asia Pacific unit. Budweiser Brewing Company, 2 months after it pulled the planned listing. All right, an aggressive spending spree in recent years left the Belgian brewer with more than $100 billion in debt at a time when beer sales are slowing worldwide. So being able to really look at being listed on Hong Kong gives those folks an opportunity to buy into the stock, which would definitely put some money back in the coffers since they are $100 billion in debt. That's what you're supposed to do as a business, is to think about growing the business. The bottom line, it's all about the bottom line. And if they can get over into Hong Kong and get those people investing into the stock, that would bite into that debt that they need to pay off. All right, so that's the story. Let's go take a look at the stock, which is BUD, Anheuser-Busch. The stock is slightly overvalued, okay? Again, that may not always be a bad thing. The upside potential, though, is slightly above 1. It's favorable, but slightly above 1. Relative safety, the indicator of risk or the ability to meet or exceed earnings expectations, slightly above 1. So the fundamentals are slightly favorable. Oh, my goodness, I'm getting old. What else is helping it right now is that the relative timing is above the value of 1, so the stock is trending higher. It is, what is all of that, Joey? Good gravy. This chair sounds like it's screaming. Wow. All right, it is a buy recommendation. Earnings are good, and they're growing their earnings by about 9% a year. So guess what? If they can get some of these people in Hong Kong, or a lot of these people in Hong Kong, to jump on board, that could help their earnings growth, right? It could be. It could help the stock overall. So that could be very good news for Anheuser-Busch if they decide to actually get into that. Let's go take a look at the graph. So they're trying to get listed, but they pulled the listing, tried to get listed already. They pulled it away, but now I think they're revisiting because it's more of a necessity at this point. Let's go put this on a 3-month graph. Stock's moving sideways with the news behind what they're trying to do. Did push the stock up higher today. Love the earnings per share. Remember, it had good earnings. The earnings growth rate was at 9%. Love the stair-step effect on earnings. Rising earnings is the engine that moves the stock's price higher. The stock is trying to break out of a little level of a channel. Nice open graph, a little bit of give back today, but nice open graph after it gapped up from yesterday. The 3 and the 8 doing a good job. I'm a Frank Sinatra fan, Kendrick Lamar, and Glenn fan. Look at you, Badger. Kendrick Lamar and Glenn fan. Wow. That's a wide range there. Frank Sinatra, Kendrick Lamar, and Glenn. Wow. That's very diverse to say the least. So Thomas, there's Budweiser moving. Are you in it, Thomas? Interestingly enough, are you in it? I do like that the stock is breaking out of a little sideways range right here. That was the level of a low. That was somewhere a level of a high or a level of resistance, and it is breaking above that. I like that. And guess what? It's got upside at least to this high. What is this high listed at? The high is at 102.70. Yeah, you got about $5 you can still make on this stock. That should be your profit target. If you're going to get into this stock, I know the news behind it, but that's your profit target right about the high. All right, and then maybe if it gets to that high, you take half of it off. All right, he says not yet. Maybe once it gets to the high, you take half the trade off. And then if it keeps moving up, boom, let that other half ride. Let that other half ride. But that's a good story. Here's the movement. We looked at the fundamentals on the stock as well. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Now, if you're new to the software or would like refresher information about the software, click on this Getting Started video right here. Thanks to all of your input, here's a YouTube video that we think would be perfect for you. Click right here. If nothing else, folks, just hit the subscribe button right here.